Hello and welcome. In this video, we discuss the tax issues dentists should consider in the early years of their career. Firstly, congratulations on getting through the tough years at university, especially in COVID times. It's been hard work and you've made it, so well done. The focus of this video is to give you a quick introduction to how dentists are taxed. We'll give you an overview of taxes across the various milestones in a dentist's career. We'll cover how foundation dentists are taxed, things to consider to reduce your tax liability, and how to claim repayment that might be due. As many of you will know, tax is paid on your income. So let's start with earnings for dentists. Did you know that in the UK, the average salary for an individual is around £26,000? I'm sure you'll be happy to learn that dentists start their career well above the UK average and continue to do so as they progress in their careers. However, the earnings are not yours until you've paid all your taxes. How you pay tax depends on your employment status. Without going into too much detail, you're either employed or self-employed. Your employment status determines how you pay tax and when. Let's have a quick look at how dentists are taxed through the various stages of their career. In the foundation year, you are taxed on employment income, so you pay income tax and national insurance contributions. This is also the case when you take up specialist training in dental hospitals. As an associate, you'll be self-employed and you'll pay income tax and national insurance contributions. However, national insurance is paid at different rates for self-employed dentists. This will be the case for most GDPs. As a self-employed individual, you're responsible for reporting income and expenses and paying your tax liabilities to HMRC. There are also separate payment deadlines and reporting deadlines for self-employed dentists. As a practice owner, generally, you will set up a company and you pay corporation tax on the practice's profits and employment taxes for your staff. You also have to pay income tax and national insurance on any salary you pay yourself. However, the focus of this video is tax for foundation dentists, so let's drill a bit further into that. As a foundation dentist, you will be employed by your training provider or practice, and they will calculate how much tax you should be paying each month. Your training provider will register your details with HMRC, and HMRC will provide them a tax code. This tax code tells your employer how much tax they should deduct from your salary. Tax together with other deductions like pension contributions and student loan repayments are deducted from your salary, and the remaining amount is paid to you. And you might be thinking, well, tax is taken care of in the first year, but that's not entirely correct. That's because whilst tax is paid on your behalf, there's no guarantee it's the right amount, and in most cases, you have to claim your professional expenses, which will reduce your taxable income, and you may be able to claim a tax repayment. We mentioned deductions from your salary. Let's take a closer look at those deductions. Income tax is deducted from your salary at 20%. National insurance contribution is deducted at 12%. This is a tax on your earnings and benefits, and it's often forgotten about by many taxpayers. Pension contributions and student loan repayments. Once your income is over $27,295, you'll have to repay 9% of your income above this amount. Please be aware, tax rates change every year, and the rates in this video relate to 21-22 tax year. We mentioned earlier that HMRC provides your employer with a tax code. Let's understand a little bit more about the tax code. Firstly, the tax code relates to income tax only, and it determines the amount of tax you pay whilst you're employed. HMRC would provide this to your employer, and your employer has to process the code. As is the case for most foundation dentists, they previously never had a job. Therefore, they should be able to claim the maximum personal allowance, which is $12,570 in 21-22 tax year. And the tax code you should expect is 1257L. When you start a new job, it's possible that HMRC will not have any information about you, and often their default assumption is that you have no personal allowance available. If your tax code is BR, for example, this means HMRC think you have zero personal allowance. This is often referred to as emergency tax. If this happens, you must call HMRC and ask them to correct your tax code, and this is something we can help you with also. Your employer cannot change the tax code, and they have to apply the tax code provided by HMRC, even if it's wrong. Let's have a look at what this might look like on your payslip. For confidentiality, we cannot share a real client payslip, but we'll use this example from the NHS website. This is Ben Smith, a nurse. In reality, depending on the software your employer uses, the format might be slightly different, but the content will be the same. You will have a section which breaks down the deductions. Ben doesn't have a student loan repayment, but he does have PAYE, which stands for Pay As You Earn, and this is the income tax employed individuals pay, national insurance contributions, and pension contribution. There will be a breakdown of income. Here Ben has done multiple shifts, so they are all detailed. As a foundation dentist, it's most likely yours will just have one entry unless you have done extra hours, for example. Your tax code is included at the top. As you can see, this is a tax code from a few years ago. Provided you did not have another job this year, your code should be 1257L. The net pay is the amount that is paid to you. In terms of paying the right amount of tax, we discussed the tax code. However, you may also need to claim professional expenses. Did you know that on average, a UK taxpayer overpays tax by £421 each year by not claiming expenses and tax reliefs? In recent times, we've reclaimed up to £1,400 of income tax for foundation dentists. So, what kind of expenses can you claim? Broadly, any professional expense that relates to your work as a dentist. The common examples we see for foundation dentists are GDC membership fees, indemnity insurance, BDA membership, professional subscriptions like the BDJ, costs for training courses, which might include course fees, travel expenses like train tickets and accommodation for overnight stays. So, to summarise the key messages, foundation dentists will generally be taxed as employed individuals and pay their taxes through payroll. However, many individuals are paying more tax than they need to, and it's your responsibility to make sure you're paying the right amount of tax. You must keep a record of all your expenses, and you have to claim the expenses yourself by completing a tax return. If you have any questions, get in touch with our dental tax team. Why? Because we are a tax specialist firm, and our team is made up of chartered accountants, chartered tax advisors, ex-HMRC inspectors, and tax authors. So for an independent firm, we have a very strong tax team. We also have a specialist dental tax team. Our dental tax team have experience of advising salaried and self-employed dentists, associates as well as practice owners working in the NHS dentistry and private dentistry. Our dental tax team also have experience of advising our clients on buying and selling dental practices. So if you'd like to discuss your tax affairs, we'd be happy to speak to you. If you found this video helpful, click the like button and share. And for more tax videos like this, subscribe to our channel.